AMG and Mercedes go together like peanut butter and jelly. But do families and AMG go together? Well, I'm here to say definitely. And here are the top 10 reasons why AMG Mercedes are not for the meek. Number 10, way too much horsepower. 603, 469, or 1,072 together. Do you really need over 1,000 horsepower between these two cars to take your kids to school? And the answer is, of course you do, because with this much horsepower, your kids will never be late to school, ever.
Now before we get to the awesome action, I want to give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes on how we prep for these fun videos. When we film these cars, they need to be nice and clean. And getting the vehicle somewhat clean is relatively easy, but getting into all the nooks and crannies, that can be tricky. And that's where this comes into play. This is called the Brush Hero, and it is an ultimate detailer device. It's got a little head on it that spins with water pressure. All you need to do is hook it up to your standard garden hose and you're ready to go. No batteries are being used in this device. It's all off water pressure from the hose. And you can see, I can apply a good amount of pressure to it and it actually keeps spinning. That is really cool. So I can get easily into all the nooks and crannies of this wheel. It really does have a lot of torque, this little thing. I am pretty impressed. You can find this product at Walmart or at brushhero.com. If you do decide that this is the right device for you, go to brushhero.com, use the promo code TFL for a 10% discount. All right, I'm running late as usual. I better finish these other 3 wheels. Enjoy this video.
Number 9 on reasons that the Mercedes-Benz AMG vehicles are not for the meek is 4MATIC Plus. You will better know this as all-wheel drive. Both these vehicles have it. Now it can be all-wheel drive or 4MATIC Plus, but Mercedes have done something cool and they've made you able to get a special drift mode to make it just rear-wheel drive. The problem with many all-wheel drive vehicles is you can never do burnouts in the school parking lot. Mercedes have solved that problem. Get ready, school zone. It's gonna get smoky.
Hey guys, this is my friend Brian, who also happens to be a product manager for AMG. So you're gonna show us how to do a burnout?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, let's do this, man.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a 10 for a drift, but I'm not sure that was a burnout, dude.
No, I tried to.
It doesn't let you burn out. The Germans won't allow it. Can you do one more, like a spinny burnout kind of deal?
Yeah, as long as too many people don't
see you?
give me a bad look.
Here comes your boss. You think we're done? Wait. That was most excellent.
All right. So in park, first thing we have to do is go select the race mode.
Okay, put on race mode.
So it's in race mode. Then what you do after race mode is you take the traction control off. You have to hold this down for about 3 seconds and it'll pop up right here. There's the light. So traction control. Then you go to manual transmission.
Yeah.
Then you take both paddle shifters with the wheel level, foot on the brake and pull them back. Race mode, confirm, paddle up, paddle up. Now we're actively in drift mode. The wheels are loaded. I want to slide it around the corners. I'm just not confident.
I wouldn't slide it around the corners with trees in the way. Both of these cars have not 1 but 5 different drive modes, and those drive modes affect everything from the suspension to the steering to the actual sound of the engine. But why do you need everything from comfort to race? And the answer, of course, is obvious. When you want to take your kids to school quietly, then you put it in comfort. But when you want to show off, and impress your kids' friends, yep, then you put it in race. Or if you want to take it on the racetrack, let me show you.
What's my best tip? I mean, the best tip literally is smooth. Because, and eyes. If you get your eyes working right, about 70% of it, once you know the fundamentals, and that's the thing that even if you're an experienced driver, myself, if I've been out of the seat for a while, my eyes sag. And so it's literally ongoing habit of good eye work.
So I saw you out there pushing a little bit the wagon. How's it feel? What's it like?
It's very stable, extremely stable. The biggest surprise was the amount of, I can rotate the car going into a corner very easily, and I was surprised how much it rotates. These days, you know, a lot of the heavier vehicles, they don't let you rotate too much, and so once I realized it would let me rotate the rear, in other words, bring the back of the car around at really high speeds, I thought, oh, this is nice.
All right, number 7 on our list is what goes fast has to stop fast, and that means the availability of carbon ceramic brakes. Now, when you do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.4 seconds, you've got to bring that vehicle to a stop in decent distances. On the GLC, you'll find it'll cost you about $5,500 to get just 2 wheels. On this E63 S-Wagon, it's going to double that for 4 wheels at almost $11,000, and that means that money goes into making you come to a complete stop.
I'm betting that AMG would say that 8 speeds is not enough, but 10 speeds is too many. That's why both of these cars have a quick shifting 9-speed that uses a wet clutch, which is actually lighter and faster and more efficient, at least according to AMG, than most setups. 9 speeds, just right.
Number 5 on our list is the electronic limited slip differential. That is at the back of this vehicle between the 2 wheels and allows the power to be sent to whichever wheel requires it at any one time, which is perfect for track driving.
At number 4 are dynamic engine mounts. You've probably heard of dynamic suspension, dynamic steering, but what about dynamic engine mounts? In other words, the engine mounts in this car can go from stiff to not so stiff depending on how you're driving it. So if you're on the racetrack, you want this engine to be bolted in to the frame and provide as much power as possible. But when you're not, you don't need all that stiffness. So Mercedes has designed dynamic engine mounts. Okay, let's just stop here, a bit of open road, and just floor it and see what 0 to 60.
Race mode?
Yeah, just floor it. I already had fun trying to put it in race mode, so let me just floor it. Just floor it. Boom. There it goes.
It is cool. It's awesome.
All right, that was
ridiculously awesome.
That was a 0 to a little bit more than 60.
Right.
Okay, a lot more than 60.
And there was no I mean, there was no like, you didn't put it in race mode, you didn't do race start.
No, I just floored it. All right, so I'm in race mode.
Just come to a complete stop and you put your foot on the brake and then put your foot on the accelerator. It won't.
Okay, foot on the brake.
It won't allow you too much power.
Okay, foot on the brake.
And yeah, now the accelerator. Now go. See? That's a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. It was worth doing it, right? It's great. I will tell you, I've done that with several people, and honestly, they're like, "What just happened? What just happened?"
Dude, you do that with like 3 kids in the car, and you're gonna be.
You've been a cool dad forever, but you want to do it when they start to kind of hate you around 14.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty cool, Nick.
You like that, didn't you?
I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. To do that in a wagon.
I think that laugh that you just did should be the new open for the fast lane cars. It's great.
Number 3 on our list is some of the interior stuff, starting with the sport seats. Now, these are new for these vehicles, and they come with a heated and cooled option. And then there's the steering wheel. Has a flat bottom, and also a 12 o'clock marker. Now, flat bottoms originally came from Lamar, which means that drivers could get in and out quickly. And the 12 o'clock marker is so you know when the wheels are absolutely straightforward.
At number 2, we've got AMG Sport Suspension, because if you're not the me kind, you definitely want your car to be hard as a rock, but it does more than that. Of course, when you're on the track, the suspension firms up, giving you much more control in the car, but when you're on the road and you've got the kiddos in the back and you don't want anybody getting too tousled around, you can put it in comfort mode and just cruise on down. What would you say would compete against this?
There is nothing that actually technically competes against this. This is a albatross, a unique, a single entity in the car phenomenon.
Number 1 on our list of why AMGs are not for the meek, Mercedes-Benz only sell about 3,000 of these wagons every single year, and only about 10%, which is 300, are actually AMG vehicles. Now, there's a reason for that, starting off that this vehicle begins at $106,000. This particular one, $127,000, clearly proving that the AMG family haulers are not for the meek.
You know, is this one of my dream cars? Yeah, I think this is one of my dream cars, especially if I lived in Germany, right? I mean, imagine this on the Autobahn, right? This is where this thing is at home, right?
So Roman, what does it take to be, and you are, a cool dad?
Being fast, Nick. It's all about being fast.
Oh, how fast does this vehicle go, the crossover 0 to 60 mile an hour?
3.8 seconds. That is fast.
Interesting, Roman, because my wagon goes 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds.
Yeah, dude, AMGs are definitely not for the meek. As always, this is Roman.
And Nick.
Saying thanks for watching, and check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, real world AMG, not for the meek reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.
Vroom, vroom.
It comes down to Mercedes deciding what I want.
Yeah, you will do it this way and you will not do it this way.
Which, I mean, I'm okay with, because there's a lot of people out there that aren't as clever as you or I that could be damaging their vehicles.
Yeah, no.